So we're going to get more into this phenomenal use of GForce. GForce is the portal. And the portal is that in this shot, Jerry West has a 19-degree area of G-force that he released the ball at 106. His wrist was at 125. So by the fingers being back, G-force is his force coming up and the gravity coming down. And due to the angle of his webbed fingers, he had ball balance as good as a wrist can have. And that's what I noticed in his shot and great shooter's shot. I picked his shot because his pinky never went in front. I looked at everyone. His pinky never went in front of his wrist. And the 7 bones out of 8 in the back of the wrist are not attached bony structure wise. They are free floating. This is a phenomenal fact because the red muscles we showed you earlier back here in his forearm, they're the ones that have to stay mounted during this G-force time. Right there, it is such a labor to do that. Why? We discussed it earlier, but I'm going to reiterate. The front of the forearm in front of the wrist, palm side, is so much stronger than the forearm muscles behind. So to get the fingers to come behind the wrist and stay with a ball inside the hand is a skill in and of itself. Foundation in saying this is not enough. Knowing that this is what we want takes a phenomenal discipline in the back of the wrist to keep the fingers at a 106 release for Jerry West there. And his wrist is at 125. So he's getting 19 degrees of G-force relative to the up and out. And we're going to relate this to the apex, which not only involves G-force, ball balance, and gravity pushing down, which gives it a portal. We're also going to see how the entry into the basket is cleaner, is use of more of the cylinder from ceiling to basket. That's a call to order. All aboard. This is a phenomenal motor memory truth. He is coordinating the forehead, chin, shoulder, elbow, thumb hand, which is the set. Forehead and chin, same height. Eyes on the basket. With the shoulder, hip, kneecap, and toe. That stands for set, shot. Shoulder, elbow, thumb hand, shoulder, hip, kneecap is the O, and toe is the T. Getting off and getting the heels up. So it's a call to order. Now, we can have many ways. 2-foot jump stop, coming off screens. Bottom line is, when it's time and he's in this, bang, he's in it. Bang, he's in it. Whether he's coming off a screen, he knows this posture. And I'm not going to patronize footwork, as it's important to be able to come off screens both ways, to catch the ball off 2-foot jump stop or to come in as a prep, that is going to be taught and is taught very well. But we want to not forget this relative to what knowledge between the wrist and the elbow is and has been the silent assassin. And my work with the conjunction of several other people is that the call to order and body part, this helps to support the weakness in the back of the forearm and wrist to stay. So whether we call it prep step, align, prep step, align, all aboard, call to order, line up, it's a set shot. And that's what is being done. This presentation is only on what I introduced in the beginning and not to go into anything else except the legs, hips, and body need to be communicated in this process, and this is already known here. What we talked about and is something that people will look and say, yeah, oh yeah, that's good, that's it, that's right. What knowledge we are relating here is the presentation of what happens when the shooter is all aboard, call to order, attention, and ready to take our shot. We went over the GForce. Now, because he's got a 19-degree use of GForce, and that time, he's going to get a real nice apex, and we're going to show that. This is very refreshing to give to you regarding successful shots. We went over the portal. Him having 19 degrees is so beneficial because the wrist is so far in front and fingers behind. That's the portal. And being released behind the shooting side, elbow and wrist, is an exactness that deserves the word quantum. Quantum mechanics in Cartesian and symmetry. Those are the two areas of calculus that deserve being mentioned so that this does not come out as one person relating to another. This is how it is. This is how it was. To be able to draw this up is something that is deserving and a service. So what happens here? We've discussed the ability to have that 19-degree GForce. In the GForce, by releasing, he gets that webbing of the fingers, because if the fingers release the ball too late, then the ball balance is gone and gravity will actually push the ball way lower. He gets a 60-degree entry, 63-degree entry into the basket, sealing the basket, which is phenomenally above standard. And in his shots that we'll take a look at in some of the other tapes, you'll see the entry and his capacity to get to the highest point of the shot, but keeping the fingers behind the wrist and elbow. So the two determinants that guarantee the alignment of the body that we've shown, the set shot, are cross, thumb and pinky same height, portal, releasing the ball behind the shooting side wrist, behind the shooting side elbow, and then two fingers at the same time. That is in between your index and your ring. It can be either index and middle or middle and ring. This is based on familiarity. At a young time in your shooting, you find a comfort spot. And that comfort spot is 2. Why? The convergence of rail in physics is, and geometry, is that 2 support one. Two tires support one hull. One motorboat engine sends out two forces of wave and water so that it can go forward. This is called convergence. Two at the same time. Cross, portal, two fingers at the same time.